Here in Brookhaven, there are lots of cars. Really beautiful cars like this one, and also many others on the right. But today I want to test ways to add textures to the cars in Brookhaven, and I'll also test several secrets to see if they're true or not. For that, I called my friend, who's basically down there, and it seems like he's really happy. He said in the chat, let's tow your car upside down. Guys, it looks like he wants me to bring my car down here so he can tow it. Look, I'm going to do this. First, I'll need to get my car, and then I'll need to drive and flip it over right here. Perfect, it worked. Now he'll have to get his car and tow mine. Now he's going to lower that, and he'll try to tow the car. Guys, I'm going to get out of the car to make this easier, so it's easier to do this. I'm going to test several myths and also ways to add textures to Brookhaven cars today. But first, I want to see if this myth will work. He's trying to grab the car, but he can't. So here on the right, I'm going to grab a ladder, exactly this one. Now I'm going to place this ladder here to try to help him. You can see he's trying to back up, but this car can't climb. So I'll place the ladder, and it looks like it finally worked. Guys, now I think he can tow the car upside down, and it really worked. Look at the car! And guys, my car looks really weird. It's really weird right now. So I got in it, and he said in the chat, I can't accelerate. Wait, he can't. Finally, he managed to do it. And guys, this is so weird because my car looks really strange. It's flipped over. And now I want to do a very important test. I said in the chat, follow me, because now I'm going to go down here. And it looks like he already went down and just crashed up front. But guys, here on the right, I'm going to grab this car because with it, I'm going to tow his car to see if it works. He got here and crashed into my car. But now I'm going to press this button and let's see if this works. He said in the chat, what about the textures? So, I'll test them in a bit. You can see he's coming over here, but will it work? I don't think so. But I got out of the car. And when I pressed the button, it actually worked. Surprisingly, it worked. I said in the chat, wow, it worked. Because guys, I wasn't expecting this to work. He said in the chat, let me test something. It looks like he's coming out to grab the same car and do the same test. And he got exactly that one. I don't think it's going to work, but I'm getting into my car. And you can see that I try to accelerate, but I can't because the car is too heavy. I really can't accelerate even if I try, but I'm moving forward very carefully. Unfortunately, I still can't. I said in the chat, I can't. Guys, I'm not kidding. This is really hard. But he came back, placed a ladder, and now I'm flying. Guys, this is so weird, but I'm going to get my car back. Exactly this one, and I'll try to come back here. Perfect, I did it. Now, guys, I'm getting my car back to do the next tests. Because now, guys, I'm moving forward. And for those of you who don't know, we have this garage where, by pressing this button, the door closes. But I want to see if there's a way to close this door and basically break it by placing several cars. So, here on the right, I need to grab the strongest vehicle of all, and I think it's this tank. My friend also grabbed a tank and is moving forward. I'm going to leave this tank right here. And now, guys, let's see if this will work or not. I'm going to press exactly this button, and now the gate is closing, but the tank is glitched, and it didn't work. I couldn't stop the gate, which is very disappointing. But now I'm going inside because I want to test secrets with my friend, and I also want to test how to add textures to Brookhaven cars. He's moving forward, and now he jumped over this part, but it didn't work very well. Now he's coming back again, and it still didn't work because he flipped over. He said in the chat, wait, can this tank actually look cool? I think so. Maybe if I grab this item on the right, I can make the tank look cool. So I'll grab my tank on the right, exactly this one. I'll start modifying it. First, I'll make it red because it looks better. Now I'm going back here to add the secret item, which in this case is exactly this one. I'm going to place it in this part. I don't know if it looks very good, but he sent a message. It seems he wasn't very happy with what I did. So I'll remove it and place it a bit higher. Done! Now it looks good, but looking at it, it actually looks pretty bad. I thought it might look cool, but it didn't. So guys, I'm getting out of here because this tank doesn't look very good. And I want to test with you how to add textures to Brookhaven cars. He said in the chat, hey, go to the hospital. Okay, I'm heading to the hospital to see what he wants to show me. I just arrived at this part, but what is it? He said in the chat, look at the roof. This looks horrible. Guys, I'm looking here, and the hospital roof is really ugly. For those of you who don't know, it changed a lot. It used to look like this, really beautiful, but now the roof looks terrible. But I had an idea. I'll remove this roof myself to see how it looks. First, I need to select the roof and remove everything. Now I've added the old one, and you can see that the hospital looks like this. In the current game, it looks like this, but in my Roblox game, it looks like this. It really looks like a real hospital, much better than before. In my opinion, this looks way better. The same goes for the school. I modified this part and added a new sign because, in the current game, the school looks like this, which is really weird. But for those who don't know, there are several ways to add textures to Brookhaven cars, specifically 3. First, by taking any car on the right, you'll see that they don't have textures, but some cars on the right actually do have textures, like this car. You can see it has textures, in this case, these numbers, which are really cool. But there are other cars on the right that also have textures, like this one. You can see there's an ice cream design right here, another ice cream over here, and a lot of cool stuff. But this one is the best of all because it's a real texture that looks amazing and covers the entire car. This could be something that might come to Brookhaven in the future, where the game's creator might add an option for you to apply textures to your Brookhaven car. By the way, my car flipped over, but it went back to normal. He said in the chat, I know a car that actually has textures, and you can also choose to apply textures textures. Guys, I want to see what he's talking about. You can see he got out of his car, but I don't know which car he's talking about. He picked this van exactly, and it's true. For those of you who don't know, this van has a secret button here, and pressing it basically changes how the car looks. There's this version, which is really beautiful. Then there's another one that's a construction vehicle, and also another one that's basically textured. But guys, I just realized that the texture of this car is the same as this rug. It's actually the same, which is a bit weird. Really weird, it's the exact same texture. But guys, he changed it again, and now it has exactly this texture, which we also have here in the game. You can see that this rug looks just like the van. It's really similar. But guys, he changed it again. Now we have this other texture, which is really beautiful. It looks like the car was abandoned, and basically, the texture wore off. That was the last one available. But guys, I can also grab these items on the right in Brookhaven and place them around the car to make it look like it has textures. He said in the chat, this is ugly. And honestly, it does look a bit ugly. So I'm going to remove it and see if there's a better item to put on the car. Maybe this moon. I'll place it here, but it doesn't look very good. So I'm checking out another item. There's this one too, which is kind of ugly. But if I grab a van, I can place this item, and it actually looks nice. It turned out pretty interesting, and it really looks like the car has new textures. And there are definitely other cars on the right that look even better, like this one. I'm going to place this item exactly in this part, and it didn't look very good. Actually, it looked really bad. So I grabbed this other item, and after placing it here, it turned out pretty nice. The car looks really different, much more beautiful than before. But now, I'm going to drive this car because I want to test a very important myth. I need to flip the car. So, I'll try flipping it in this spot, but I couldn't. Perfect, I did it! Now I'm going to climb up here and place this item right here. Guys, you can see that you can modify the car by placing this rug. Now I'll also place it in this part to make it look better. Perfect, I'm done! Now, guys, you can see the car looks like this. It doesn't look very good, but there must be a way to make it look nice. Actually, this looks really bad, but maybe it could be used to disguise yourself in players' houses. Another way to add textures to Brookhaven cars is by entering Roblox Studio, where I can modify whatever I want. I'll need to choose a car, and this time it's going to be exactly this one. Now guys, I'm going to click this button and place this number right here. You can see the car looks very different now. It's really beautiful and has a texture in the game, which the original car can't do. You can see it looks like this. I can't modify anything on it, but using Roblox Studio, I can change it and make it exactly how I want. I can even put a cat on the car, which looks really weird. It's covered in cats. I can also make it look like this. You can see there's this texture right here, which makes the car much more beautiful, and even though it broke, it still looks amazing. The only problem is that it's kind of glitched, and out of nowhere, it started running and ended up breaking. Guys, it seems like it's made of carbon fiber. Really interesting. He said in the chat, modify another car. Okay, I'll do that. I need to choose another car to modify, but you can see there are several cars here, like this one, which I can modify to make it look better. Alright, I left it exactly like this, and it actually turned out pretty good. But now I want to find another car to do this with too. I found exactly these. I'm going to try to modify this one to see how it looks. It turned out exactly like this, and the car actually looks good. It really looks very nice, and it's something very easy to do. If the owner of Brookhaven wants to do this, he can, because it's very easy. He said in the chat, wow, it really does look very good. True, it really does look good. He said in the chat, does any copy of Brookhaven already have the option to add textures? For sure. Guys, I'm going to try to find a copy of Brookhaven that added textures to the cars. I just found this game, and you can see that it's really different. It's like a version of Brookhaven, but better. I want to see if this game added textures to the Brookhaven cars. You can see that there are several interesting cars, but unfortunately, I can't take them. Maybe because it's bugged. He said in the chat, wait, look behind me. Guys, I'm looking here, and there's a very different car, and seeing it, you can tell that it really has a texture that looks very nice. Guys, this is really interesting. My friend got in the car here, but you can see that this version he made of Brookhaven is really cool. But besides this car, this game also has a lot of interesting things. If I climb this mountain, you can notice that we have here a new building that's really interesting. We have here a TV channel, and a lot of cool things that you can do here. He said in the chat, hey, I can see a car. Guys, I want to see what he's talking about. I'm getting up here, and you can see that there are actually some cars here. I'm coming now to get these cars from the game and see if they're fast, because this car I have is really slow. My friend got here, and it looks like he's going up here, but he fell. Now he got in the car. I'm coming here to get this car he showed, but you can see that it's exactly here, and it really is a very interesting car. This car looks very fast. It really is very fast. And also, the game has a lot of new things. But now people are coming here and getting in the car. Guys, I'm coming up here because I want to see what this thing is. It looks like there's a road right here, but I don't know what this is. But he said here, do you want to be teleported to Brookhaven? But I don't want that right now. I'm coming here on the train to see what's here. Now I'm going down here, and you can see that there's a lot of different things. There's a secret path that lets you see the entire game, and there are a lot of weird things here. We have here a very different car that I've never seen before. We have here a lot of different houses, like this one, which is a house from the original Brookhaven, but here it's been totally modified. And there are some different things. We have here this new car that you can really drive and go wherever I want. Now people are coming here in this car. We also have this thing here, and it also looks like the airport is being remade, but the cars cars in this game really have textures, which is a really cool thing. But now, a lot of cars are showing up here, and the game is starting to glitch. And guys, if you want to add me on Roblox, just click the Become Member button, and I'll add you here on Roblox.